Timber Press and Workman Audio present The Stickler's Guide to Science in the Age of Misinformation, the real science behind hacky headlines, crappy clickbait, and suspect sources, by R. Philip Bouchard. Read by Joe Ochman. Preface. Here's a quick quiz. Which of the following statements are true? DNA is the blueprint of life. Rainforests are the lungs of the planet. There is no gravity in space. If you see this as a trick question, you're right. Although the third statement, which reflects a popular misconception about gravity, is objectively false, the first two statements are more difficult to evaluate. Both rely on metaphors instead of presenting objective facts, so they're not easily categorized as either true or false. Yet both statements are frequently presented as valuable truths, encapsulating important knowledge about science. To evaluate either metaphor, we first have to interpret it, to restate it in terms of objective assertions. This is exceedingly tricky because we can easily draw wildly different conclusions from either metaphor. The problem here is not just that metaphors are indirect. The broader issue is our tendency to rely on short, familiar phrases to represent large chunks of knowledge. Consider the following examples. The five senses. Survival of the fittest. Killing germs. High levels of radiation. 24 hours a day. Full of energy. A left-brained person. Global warming. Each of these phrases is intended to be easily understood, encapsulating a great deal of information we think we already know. In essence, each of these phrases is a kind of meme. In our mass media and social networks, we depend on these verbal shortcuts to make our communication more efficient. Because the phrases are so familiar, we tend to feel confident in our understanding of what these phrases mean. Yet each of these phrases provides cover for common scientific misconceptions. More often than not, our understanding of the science behind these phrases is an awkward blend of truth and untruth. It's not that our popular beliefs about science are all wrong, it's that they are often not quite right. That leads to the first goal of this book, to look at the real science behind popular phrases such as these. In other words, what is it we think we know that isn't quite what we think? The second goal is to connect the dots. We live in the information age, constantly bombarded by disconnected bits of information that are promoted with great urgency by countless media sources and social contacts. When all that information
Sample complete. Ready to continue?